Hello, 7 college nerds. It is not Saturday, it is Thursday, and I'm not really quite sure how to begin with this, so I'm just gonna spew at the webcam and we'll see what happens. Obviously today's not my day, and I didn't ask to, switch with anybody, so this is a complete surprise. Then again, nobody else has made a video this week, so, okay, I'm making this video because these next 2 weeks of my life are going to be absolutely crazy, and I knew next week was going to be really crazy because all of my relatives were coming in town because my younger brother is getting his Eagle Scout thingamawhatsit, and he's also graduating from high school. So all the relatives were going to be there, and all kinds of stuff was going to be happening, and I was like, oh, well, the odds of me being able to make a video on Saturday that week are very low. And I was thinking, well, maybe I'll ask, Maggie to switch with me so I can do a video on Monday or something like that. But then earlier today, my great-grandmother died, and so early tomorrow morning, I'm going to get in a car with my mother and make the 13-hour drive up to Nebraska for basically her funeral. And my siblings are staying here because they're still in school, technically, and my dad has to work, and I am going with my mother because I don't want her to be alone. So I'm just going to go with her and, do things, I hate funerals, though. I don't want to go to the funeral. Ugh. But, yeah. So there's something else. Oh, and I also just found out a few hours ago that my dad might be leaving for Scotland tomorrow. Hopefully that is not what happens, but, yeah. So if that happens, basically my 3 youngest siblings will be left to their own devices for an entire holiday weekend, and only one of them drives. So that is potentially not very good because the one that drives is kind of selfish sometimes. He's not the sort of person to, give people rides, Though I'm sure my mother will figure it out. She's a genius like that. It'll work out, I'm sure. Yeah, so... And I'm probably not going to get back from Nebraska until close to Wednesday or Thursday, and then the rest of the family is going to be here, and all craziness is going to be happening, and I figured I'd make a video now to, just at least say that I made a video sort of within, the last few weeks or so. So that's happening. Yeah. Honestly, I'm a little bit worried to put this video up because now I'm just thinking about it. I was just like, oh, my great-grandmother died, and I'm not really sad about it, per se, but, she was 95 years old. She outlived 2 husbands, and in the end, she just, decided she was done at the end. That's the last thing she said to my grandmother is, I don't want anything invasive, I'm done. And then she, went into having, strokes and seizures, and then they, stabilized her, and she just went to sleep, and so she went pretty peacefully, and she went the way I think she would have wanted to go, to be honest. I just don't see... I guess it's sad that I won't get to hang out with her or talk to her anymore. She was always really cool. I remember when I was little, me and my siblings had a hard time, because we were in the military, we did not really live close to any of our family for the most part. So we always got really confused as to, which relative was which and who was what, and names were confusing. And so I remember we had, nicknames for some of our grandparents. My paternal grandparents, my dad's mom and dad, were always Mimi and Poppy. And then Grandma and Grandpa are my mom's parents. And then with great-grandparents, we had nicknames for them. And, I had Chalkboard Grandma, who was a teacher. And so she had a chalkboard in our house for whatever reason. And then Grandma Lula, the grandma who just died, we called her Ice Cream Grandma because she loved ice cream and she always insisted on giving us ice cream every time we went to her house. So yeah, she was a cool lady. I liked her. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say. I guess I'll just say goodbye, and that I'll see you hopefully in a couple of weeks when craziness has subsided. And, yeah, so, bye and stuff. I love you all. I don't know who will be making a video next, or even if anybody will be making a video soon. So, yeah, bye and stuff.